Good day, everybody. This is Lone Eagle 112358. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it so very, very, very much. Really do. Really do. Let's get into this video. Tech before it's time. And we're going to do it on gliders. Gliders. Let me pull up Google Earth here. Google. Let me ask you a question. When were gliders invented? Let me close this. Something just popped up. When were gliders invented? Paste, everybody. Let's check it out. I like that those pictures came up. I like it. Type in glider and sofas pop up. Or armchairs. Does it again up here. Man, they go for that much? Wow. Anyway. Talking about this type of glider and this one right here. When did these come into existence? Now, I looked into it. I had to Wikipedia it. And turns out that the Wright brothers were... Here, let me look into that. Let me show you guys that. They kind of, really got... You could say that they invented the gliding, because before they had mounted engines onto these contraptions that they had, made, they were gliding. But they weren't gliding in the sense that we see with this type of gliding. They weren't getting any higher than 10, 20, or 30 feet at max, I think, at sometimes. But, oh, whoa, I totally forgot to switch the screen. Sorry. See? That's what Lone do. It's your boy. I'm not going to edit that. That's how my live streams go, guys. It's funny stuff. You should check it out. Listen, let me go back. When I think of gliders, I think of these. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Or these. Now, and as I was saying, it was funny when I was typing up gliders because these chairs came up right here. It was just funny, and then when I went to the images, there they were again. Anyhow, that's what Lone do. What is that? So, I thought when I first asked myself that question, I came up within 40 years. It was like within my lifetime, right? That these were out and about. Because I don't remember seeing them anytime before that, maybe in movies or documentaries or, whatever. But, so I looked it up on Wikipedia, and then the Wright brothers came up because they had gliding here, but they didn't get so high on there. Here, I'll show you what I mean by 10 or 20 feet here. Show you. Turn off the volume. Pop up the volume, pop up the volume, pop up the volume. Bunch of bass. See? They got to run with it. You see that right there? And they don't get too high. But from this, they were able to build up on it. You know what I mean? So, is that gliding? No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this right here. Man, I really don't know how to differentiate them or how to separate those two. You know what I mean? So, if you guys have opinions on that, please let me know in the comment section below. But basically, let's get right into the video. Alright, so for me, I'm going to say 40 years, my lifetime, 1977, but I could be totally off, like I just showed you here. You know what? I am totally off, especially in this world, because I'm about to show you gliders in World War II. I had a lot of fun watching these videos, and I cannot wait to share them with you. Alright, so without further ado, let me introduce to you gliding in World War II. Peace. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this right here. Okay? That's what we're going to look at in this next upcoming video. Here, let me get it going. Let me get it going here. I'm so excited. I hope everything's working. Yeah, okay, everything's working. Good. All right. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is.
Allied gliders that took part in the Netherlands airborne invasion await towing planes that will carry them out of Holland and back to England for further service. Field repairs are made on some of the gliders which were damaged while landing. Landings were made 17th September, north of Eindhoven, southeast of Nijmegen, and west of Arnhem, the largest airborne operation ever attempted. C-47s of the 9th Troop Carrier Command arrive on the continent with a double mission: to bring supplies for the front lines and pick up gliders from the Eindhoven sector. Major General Paul L. Williams, Commanding General of the Troop Carrier Command, observes the unloading at a cargo terminal point. Meanwhile, at the glider field, an improvised airstrip, preparations are made for the pickup. Attaching the tow rope on one of the several types of gliders used during the airborne invasion.
Wow.
Now a C-47 taxis into a towing position to receive the other end of the rope. Signal for the takeoff. The first glider leaves Holland in what is reported to be the most extensive glider retrieving operation ever attempted. A special glider pickup device is used, designed to make the landing of a tow plane unnecessary. The glider is ready for a snatch pickup, but the tow rope snaps loose, springing back at the glider's nose.
Oh, shoot. Look at that. Ooh. If you didn't see that, rewind that.
Another snatch pickup proved successful, demonstrating the practicability of retrieving a glider from a small pasture or relatively short takeoff strip.
Wow. I want to see that again. Hold on.
Another snatch pickup proved successful, demonstrating the practicability of retrieving a glider from a small pasture or relatively short takeoff strip.
That's some James Bond stuff right there. That's some Indiana Jones stuff right there. I'm telling you. Wow. Oh, man. So that's what that is right there. This thing was also known as... Oh, hold on here. I got this wrong here. I forgot what to type in. World War II. Hold on. The flying coffins of World War II. So make sure you can still see it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. America's first military stealth aircraft. Stealth. This is your first stealth plane. That's what I wanted to say earlier. Wow. This Waco CG-4A combat glider silently soared into World War II history 70 years ago. Well, a little longer than that. Powered only by prevailing winds. Wait, 70? So 60, so this is 2010-ish. Powered only by prevailing winds and the guts of the men the guts of the men who flew them. Under veil of darkness on D-Day. What? Another major Allied airborne assault. What? No, there's no way this was used on D-Day. And listen, let me correct myself there. On my timeline, they were not used on D-Day. Where we are now, in this world, apparently they were. Were. The Waco glider carried troops and material behind enemy lines to take out key enemy defenses and transportation links. These humble gliders, engineless and unarmed. Wow, unarmed. Oh, man. And they would have to, man. They're gliders, right? You can't carry too much. Overcame perilous odds to make the first cracks in Hitler's fortress Europe. Yet their story is an obscure chapter in the Allied victory saga. Their moment in the spotlight of military aviation was fleeting, But the pre-helicopter age, you see right there, guys. Let me see if I could do this quickly. Here, I'll leave it here for... You know what? Just let me do this quickly. Do you guys remember when I put out a video not too long ago? It was tech before its time. Okay, we're talking about the same thing here. I forget what I called it exactly, but it was... Let me find it. Mandela effect. Here it is. This one right here I'm moving around. Mandela effect, tech before its time, Germany, Nazi... helicopters. Yes, Nazi helicopters. Must watch. Because I'm like, I don't ever remember seeing helicopters in World War II. Ever. And right here it's saying, but in the pre-helicopter age. So thank you very much for confirming that. Combat gliders were represented in the state-of-the-art stealth. Oh, and I'll leave a link in the description to this video. Go check it out. It's in this playlist on my channel called Tech Before Its Time. Blah blah blah. But in the pre-helicopter age, combat gliders represented the state-of-the-art in stealth, landing precision, and hauling capacity. Inside the flying coffins, pilots and glider-borne infantry had colorful and well-earned nicknames for their ungainly planes. But according to at least one veteran flight officer, the most common moniker for the combat glider was way off base. Silent Wings. Weird. Of all the names they could have given this, they gave it that. Cool. For us, it was louder than hell. The glider's Spartan construction provided no insulation from the roar of the C-47 towplane engines. Oh no, that must have been terrifying. Could you imagine getting no insulation between you and the plane that's towing you? The pounding of the natural elements, yes, of course, being at that height, and the din of the enemy anti-aircraft fire. Oh man, that must have been just nerve-wracking. See, I've never heard of these together. I've heard of, like, you know, obviously of anti-aircraft fire and, you know, like it being windy at these elevations and turbulence. But none of all these put together. That sounds like a nightmare. McCrae, who flew with the 37th Troop Carrier Squadron of the 316th Troop Carrier Group, said the glider had few provisions for passenger safety and none for their comfort. There were 4 basic instruments of the control panel, which the pilots mistrusted. Air pockets at 40 mile per hour winds created violent turbulence. Yeah, no kidding. Enemy fire on descent was constant. Jeez. And many pilots were taken out before they could land. Yeah, no kidding, man. No kidding. I'm laughing at the mobility of this. You know, I understand war is a deadly game. I would never laugh at people, you know, serving for our country or their country or our freedom. But this shit is just, oh, whoops. This stuff is just on another level, man. I've never heard of this before. I'm shocked right now. My body's still shocked at the information. With no parachutes on board, glidermen took pain to protect their pilots. What? With no parachutes on board, glidermen took pain to protect their pilots. According to McCrae, some of the guys found an extra flak jacket for me, not to wear but to sit on. Oh. They didn't want anything coming up from underneath the plane to hit anything vital. Okay, that makes sense. Man. Okay, Fuzzy. Yeah, you want the elastic? She wants the elastic. Come on, go. Oh man, this is too good. This is too good. Expendable by design. The CG-4A fuselage was 48 feet long and constructed of steel tubing and canvas skin. Here, you know what? I got a video too of the insides, but I'm going to leave a link in the description to this next video because it's extremely long. It's, yeah, 28 minutes long. I'm not going to watch it all. I'm going to mute it here. I'll try and find a spot. Oh, here. Stop. There we go. So this is the fuselage. The guy's probably standing at the very beginning of it. This is insane. This is insane. I have never seen any structure like this. Let me make sure this is still recording. Okay, good. Yeah, I've never seen... I mean, maybe... I can't even think of it. It looks like a movie set. It looks like the inside of a movie set. Like they're about to go underwater in a submarine. I mean, just like the window parts. You know what I mean? It doesn't look real. My body is not reading this. So, look at that. Look at that. Could you imagine being at whatever elevation they were at? I don't know too much about the Army and what elevations it would fly at. If you guys know, can you let me know and let us all know, please? But could you imagine that? Wow. Here, let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, there he is standing. See? That's where the tires would go for the Jeeps. Again, I'm not going to play this video. It's too long. But they're showing you. Oh yeah, they're loading the Jeep. I'll leave a link in the description to this. I watched a lot of it. Yeah, there's the Jeep. Oh, you know what? I could just drag it. This is a very cool program. Oh, did I just see a Ford tire? Did I just see a Ford tire? I did. Hold on. 10 minutes, s'il vous plaît. Okay. It's one of those... It's the new Ford sign. I was just checking. It's like, residue! Yeah, you can see them loading up the plane. Oh, this is a cool player. I just got this player, by the way. Like, I'm trying out a new one. I was using Winamp, and I forget what else. Yeah, what was I using before this one? I forget. Look at this. They're putting together the plane right there. Look at that. Hold on. Let's look at that. I'll play that part. Oh, that's the front of the plane. Watch this.
Now for the 75mm pack howitzer. Here's how it's loaded and lashed. First, open the nose.
Oh, I've seen that on bigger planes, though. Here.
Steel tubing.
I've seen that on bigger planes where they open the front.
Take out both front banks of seats.
Planes with engines, by the way.
Repair 3 lashings at the rear. You'll see the use for that board in a minute. Repair lashings at both number 3 tie-downs. And at tie-downs 2 and 1 on each side.
Okay, they're going to go step by step. This is like an owner's manual video. Wow, that's cool. Tie it in, yeah. Close the front end. Look at these guys at work. Look at this. I love this player. This is a cool player. Oh, wait, there it goes, getting towed away. Watch this.
By now, you know that being a glider soldier means more than just stepping into a glider and going up. Not only are you airborne, but your equipment has got to be airborne, too. Your jeep, your trailer, your artillery, and whatever equipment and supplies you'll need when you land, you take with you by air.
This is insane.
You may take off in broad daylight, or you may get orders to load in the dark at night. You may make a routine training flight over a friendly airfield, or you may take off for a mission deep inside enemy country. But whatever the situation, this part of your job is the same. To act with precision and speed. To be ready on time. To load your equipment correctly, and to lash it down safe and secure so it will ride like a part of the glider.
Look at that. Freaking tree, get out of the way. Look at that. Amazing. I'll leave a link in the description. I downloaded that. I'll have to find it on YouTube again for the right video, but I'll definitely do that. I don't know what else to say. Oh yeah, let's read up on it a little bit. Wikipedia, military glider. Has been used by the military of various countries for carrying troops and heavy equipment to a combat zone. Let me make sure the screen is on. Okay, there we go. Mainly during the Second World War, these engineless aircrafts were towed into the air and most of the way to their target by military transport planes. Military gliders do not soar. Ah, see? These gliders do soar, the ones I was showing you and I was asking you questions about. So that's why I was asking, what makes a glider a glider? Oh, no. Yes, that right there. These soar. Wait, what is soar? What does soaring mean? To rise and fly upwards into the air. To glide while maintaining altitude by the use of ascending air currents. So these do that, right? I've never done this. I'm going to assume that these guys could stay up in the air and do this for a very long time. Or do they always go down? Ah, see? I'm gonna look this up. I'd rather ask you guys, what's up? I know some of you have done this. Let me know what's up. Comment section below. Where were we? Once released from the tow craft near the front, they were to land on any convenient open terrain close to the target, hopefully with as little damage to the cargo and the crew as possible. I'm sorry to laugh because I know this is a real thing and I know that, and I know for a fact soldiers have died just trying to land in these. I don't mean to laugh like that. Again, this is new to me. This is new. This is insane. What I'm thinking is that this is just too insane. The numbers don't add up because they've made 19,909 of these. So basically, 20,000 of these were put into service. This wasn't a test. This isn't... Here, let me show you something. This right here is a test. Okay? I laughed my ass off when I saw this. I wish I was recording that properly, but... This here is a tank with wings on it. They were trying to do the same thing with this. The military glider didn't work out, okay? This was just a test. This was put into action and made 20,000 times. Failed a lot too. So that's why I'm asking, man. That's why I'm saying I've never seen this in a movie. One of my favorite, like they even said this was used on D-Day. I'm like, no way, man. No way. I've seen a lot of documentaries on D-Day. In fact, not too long ago I seen one, probably right before I became affected, and like they were talking about how the planes and the paratroopers missed the target. You know, how everything about that day was just off, you know, and I was like, wow. But they never said anything about gliders. Hey, fuzz. Anyway, I'm just excited here because let's continue reading here. The one-way nature of the missions meant that they were treated as disposable, leading to construction from common and inexpensive materials such as wood. Yeah, you guys saw the fuselage. It looked fake. It looked like it was just slapped together. You saw the metal... losing my English here, the cage it was in, and they just wrapped it up with a tarp. Like, come on, man. And they're gonna put a tank in there, and it's just flying. There's no weapons in there. It cannot defend itself. Wow. Materials such as wood. Imagine you're a trooper getting into this. Troops landing by glider were referred to as air landing as opposed to paratroops. Landing by parachute caused the troops to be spread over a large drop zone and separated from the airdropped equipment, such as vehicles and anti-tank guns. Sorry for my sloppy reading here. Gliders, on the other hand, could land troops and... Ooh, there's a word I'm not familiar with. What is that? Ancillaries? What is that? A person whose work provides necessary support to the primary activities of an organization, institution, or industry. Something that functions in a supplementary or supporting role. Is that like a captain? Someone let me know, please. In greater concentrations... Okay, let me reread that. Gliders, on the other hand, could land troops and captains in greater concentration. Why didn't they just say captains? Could land troops and blah 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 in greater concentration. In greater concentrations, precisely at a target landing area. Furthermore, the glider, once released at some distance from the actual target, was effectively silent and difficult for the enemy to identify. Your first stealth bomber, ladies and gentlemen. It didn't have a weapon, so it's not a bomber, but it's stealth. Your first stealth aircraft. There you go. Larger gliders were developed to land heavy equipment like anti-tank guns, yes, anti-aircraft guns, yes, and small vehicles. Cool. This heavier equipment made otherwise lightly armored paratroops forces a much more capable force. The Soviets also experimented with, the tank with wings that I just showed you. That was called the Antonov A-40. By the time the Korean War, helicopters had largely replaced gliders. Alright, there we go. And that's the end of the story. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so I read a lot of information in there and more than enough for everybody to take off with it and maybe add your own. That was quite some fun. Excuse me while I burp rudely into the mic. Oh, I swallowed that one. Here. Ooh, there's more to read. Hold on. The Waco, I hope I'm pronouncing that right too. The Waco Aircraft Company of Troy, Ohio, a niche manufacturer of civilian airplanes, won the contract to design and build America's first combat glider. Big names like Ford, along with a dozen or so smaller firms, also won glider contracts. What? Oh, okay. I thought they were calling Ford a smaller firm. I'm like, what? Big names like Ford, along with a dozen or so smaller firms, also won glider contracts, but only if they weren't already producing powered aircraft for the war effort. So they already had to be involved. With more than 70,000 parts to assemble and with little or no standardization, some manufacturers produced a few duds. Ooh, and it's already like, danger zone. Ugh. Some producing tragic results. Yeah, you bet. The wide range of expertise among these contractors, as well as an early lack of standardization of 70,000 plus individual parts, caused pilots and mechanics no shortage of headaches. Yeah, and more than a few tragedies. Man, that sucks. Oh, he's reading about D-Day. McCrae recalls an incident that nearly scrapped a glider program less than a year before D-Day. In August 1943... Hold on a sec, I gotta clear my throat. This is disgusting. I need some water. Disgusting. I will not edit that out. Let's restart that. McCrae recalls an incident that nearly scrapped a glider program less than a year ago, or less before the D-Day triumph. In August 1943, a St. Louis-based contractor invited the city's mayor and other dignitaries to experience the excitement of a glider flight before an air show audience of 5,000. Aghast, spectators watched as a glider... Oh no. Aghast, spectators watched as a glider abruptly lost a wing at 2,000 feet. Oh. And crashed in front of a grandstand, killing all on board. What? Oh, my lord. After ruling out sabotage, investigators traced the cause of the crash to a faulty bolt provided by a subcontractor in the coffin business. I'm really trying not to laugh at that. I'm trying to eat that one. Hold on, give me a moment. I just need a moment. It's almost gone. I'm just gonna pet my cat for a sec. Over 6,000 men trained as glider here, let me say it from here. It is a chastening experience. What is this word? I'm learning all kinds of words today.
Chasten.
Ah. It's a chasten. Hold on, let me go back. Where's this article? Where were we? Where is it? There we go. It's a chastening experience. Of the 6,000 men trained as gliders pilots, some had washed out of conventional pilot training. Some had washed out of conventional pilot training and were given a second chance to fly. Others, like McCrae, had a civilian pilot license but were passed over for powered flight training. The possibility of officers' pay and the chance to fly attracted a particular breed of risk-tolerant trainees, and the glider pilot's maverick reputation quickly spread. General James Gavin, commander of the 82nd Airborne Division, lamented, here's another word. Man, what year was this article written in? Come on, man. Using all big words.
Lamented.
Ah. Ugh. Don't yell at me. Lamented the pilot's demeanor. Here's something else I forgot to check. What did that mean? A conventional way of describing someone who has died. Oh. Something that has been lost. Oh. That has ceased to exist. Oh. Lamented the pilot's demeanor. Oh, that makes sense. But he also recognized the audacity of landing a glider in combat. It is a chastening experience. It's given a man religion. I'm not reading the rest of this. I'm a bad reader. But you guys get the point, man. Listen, there are many stories, many videos on this. I will leave a link in the description. That was a fun video. I had a lot of fun doing that. I almost busted out laughing on that last part, and I'm really glad I didn't. Here's anything else I can share with you guys. Here, let's look at this. While I drink some more water. 13,000. Oh, wait, it says 13,000. I thought it said 19,000. My apologies. I said 19,000, and I rounded it off 20. My apologies. It was 13,900. The flying coffin. Okay, that was the end of that because this guy's just showing something else. I gotta go back down there and read that. Is that serious? My God. 2,000 people die. Could you imagine that? You're there to see an air show, then boom, this thing. Oh, no, sorry, not 2,000 people. The whole crew die on board from 2,000 feet. Oh, man. That's a far drop, man. 2,000 feet. You guys want to see what 2,000 feet looks like? I can show you on Google Earth. And let's look over LA. 2,000 feet. Are you serious? Okay, no, it's where the hand is 2,000 feet. Okay, I almost lost my mind there for a sec. Hold on here. This is 2,300 feet. Right where we're at right now. Oh, wait. This right here is exactly... Well, this is 1967. Could you imagine falling from that height? Oh. That's 200 stories, I believe. Oh, what did I do? What did I do? Alright, this right here is 2,000. Boom. They're flying like this, right? The plane detaches from them, and then the wing snaps in the air, then they drop. Smash. Fudge, man. Anyway, I had a lot of fun making this video. Sorry my throat was all messed up and you had to hear me clear my... Let me clear my throat. I had a lot of fun. Anyway, how long was that video? It was like 400 minutes. Great. I try and avoid doing videos like that, but I just couldn't help it, man. That was just too much fun. Let me know what you guys think on the glider. I know a lot of you who are affected have a lot of family members that were in war or are in war right now as we speak, and they know all about the past. You guys did a great job, by the way, with the ghost car. You guys went and asked people immediately, and a lot of you are car people. So World War II glider. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, share this with people. Oh, this is amazing. I've never seen this before. Never seen it before. I would have seen this in documentaries. Something I've never seen before. You know what I mean? Take the poll. Like, comment, subscribe. This is amazing stuff. Look at this plane with all its windows. And if you guys are into planes, look into this stuff, man. Look into the history of planes. You're probably going to see something that stands out. You know what I mean? Like you would have seen something like this. This is what we were just looking at. Whoa, there's more pictures. Oh, look at that. Anyway, I'm out of here. Lone Eagle loves you very much. Love yourself, love your neighbor. I'll catch you on the next shift. All right, guys? Maha. Maha. Peace.